to the Pelicans postgame report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. Ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's something, don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumping where the dame late, punch a train. Post game, big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the refs just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostep. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever.
Yo, what's up, family? We back up in this thing like we said we would be, because could be doing a lot better things with your time. But the Pelicans fall as we predicted to the Lakers, and it ain't no hellified prediction. Nobody expected them to win. But before we really get into breaking down things, let's see what our fearless leader has to say about things. We got Borrego at the podium, so we're gonna let him get into all his science and talk about how he feels good about how we lost. Hopefully he don't do his Willie Green impersonation again. So here you go.
Gotta see just coming out the gate. First quarter today. First quarter. Why don't we start with the third quarter? We won the third quarter for once. I thought you were going to start with that one. We won it last night, so a lot of growth there. Third quarters we're growing. First quarter, they were in rhythm. We couldn't get a stop, but love the resiliency tonight, the toughness. Basically, tied the second quarter, won the third, won the fourth, kept battling.
Hold up, family. Got a little technical difficulties here. I can hear it, but I don't think y'all can hear it. Bear with me for a second. All right. There we go. I think I finally got it. Excuse me for being a little rusty, but here we go with Mr. Borregos. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all could hear him.
Was the first? What did you gotta see? Just coming out the gate. Third quarter. First quarter today. First quarter. Why don't we start with the third quarter? We won the third quarter for once. I thought you were going to start with that one. And we won it last night. So a lot of growth there. Third quarters we're growing. First quarter, they were in rhythm. We couldn't get a stop, but love the resiliency tonight, the toughness. Basically, tied the second quarter, won the third, won the fourth, kept battling, never gave in. They're a good team. They're going to make shots. They have great players over there. I like our response after the first quarter, though. It's the response that I'm most focused on. The process of, do we continue to fight? Do we, stay within our strength, our system? And our guys did. They were fantastic. I mean, to battle in the second half.
Wrote all this praise and loser shit again.
I saw a lot of room.
We still lost.
For growth out there, but I saw a step forward for our group.
+2 last night, +4 tonight in the third. What has been different coming out of halftime that's been working?
I think just our overall aggression. I think we're starting third quarters with more aggression on both sides of the ball. Maybe we're just trying to pick up a little bit more defensively. The pace offensively is picking up more. You could see it there in the third quarter. Kick aheads, downhill. We were at the rim, won the paint, won the transition game tonight. Our defense was much more active there in the second half, and it led to good offense.
Bryce coming in on the two-way.
Yeah.
I think he has a career high tonight. Just what have you seen from him? That one has you've wanted to put him in the starting lineup, and into how he's kind of handled that assignment so far.
He's been great. I mean, his ability to get downhill, make plays. He's an aggressive downhill driver. Um, he's making plays for his teammates. I like his size and length on the ball defensively, and overall, he's just competing. Every time he's on the floor, good things happen.
And Micah, it's 3, I think, tonight. Have been struggling from 3. How much do you think that can
That's
get
great.
him going?
Great for his confidence. He's been working on it. He's been working on it every day, and to see a couple go through the net, it's got to feel good. And he's got to build on that confidence. Trust your shot. We want him. We want him taking those open looks. Obviously, the ball was kicked out to him a couple of times from the paint, and he's got to knock those down, take them with great confidence. So, big step forward for him tonight.
James, what has contributed to the team still having the competitiveness and resilience even amid tough circumstances like tonight with injuries and facing the team with Luka?
I think ultimately we're just leaning into our character. Like, you have a choice. This is a choice right now. You could give in and choose not to fight, not to compete, say, woe is us, or you have a choice to go out there and compete and fight. And that's a choice, and that's what we're choosing to do. No matter who's out there, it's your job. It's our focus right now to give great effort on both sides of the ball, never give in. We say never drop the sword. You never drop the sword out there. You always compete. You always fight to the last second. And that's a character issue. It's a resiliency that we're trying to build. And there's going to be tough moments in this league. We're in a tough stretch right now. But can you get up off the mat? That's the goal every night. Can you get up off the mat and get back out and fight? And I'm proud of our group that they're doing that.
Bryce had a good game, as you alluded to, but who would have you're real pleased with, somebody who might have exceeded your expectations tonight, given the fact your team was short some players?
Yeah, I mean, look, they're obviously the Lakers are a great team. They're going to be, contending there in the West, and the mentality was to come in here and be the aggressor. And I felt like for the bulk of the game, we were the aggressor tonight. And for us to stay and battle, even when we were down 20 plus, I felt like our guys continued to battle. And it's just building, fiber, character, resiliency in us that we need to get through this. And we could have, laid down and not got off the mat early in that game, but our guys stuck with it. So more than anything, I'm just proud of their effort, their resiliency, and their toughness out there tonight. Great. Thank you.
All right, family. Mr. Borrego gets up off the podium as he, talks about never dropping the sword. Sounds a lot like never letting go of the rope. You got to continue to fight. Shit, even in the pregame show, the people always talking about the Pelicans are fighting and shit. We doing all this fighting, but we still getting our ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they need to learn how to fight. But you got me up in here, obviously hosting the night, and Big Q is riding shotgun, family. So let him on up in the building. What's happening, Big Q? Are you there, brother?
Yes, sir. How you doing, DC? Much love, bro. Appreciate you hosting tonight. Appreciate you hosting. Yeah, I heard Borrego talking, and Pelicans, man, big dogs, all sitting on the bench watching the game along with the rest of the support base. Zion Williamson still under restriction, no back-to-back. With that, I was hoping that it would turn them loose and let them play in the game. No such thing. Trey Murphy's elbow issue seems to be more problematic than we originally thought. We thought it was just something, a couple of games or days maybe, but it seems to be an issue. Jordan Poole's still out. Herb Jones still down. So I'm seeing some of the reports indicating Tuesday, I think that's the next one we have against Minnesota. I don't know when these guys are going to get back, but at this point, this team is this season is looking real haphazard. I didn't really expect too much from our Pels tonight. Was really impressed with Bryce McGowan's. I like how he plays. Wise player, good length. Got decent game to offense and defense. Definitely worthy of a guy to kind of develop and build on this team off the bench. We've seen Queens running Jeremiah Fierce. zero fears living up to his name because these veterans, he's not afraid of them. These veterans talking crap to him, whether it was Jimmy, what's his name, the guy with the wigs, kind of fruity. What's his name? Jimmy Butler. What was the other guy that got in his face that was talking mess to him? He got attacked with. It was Butler. It was another veteran. Y'all throw it out there. And of course, now Luka tonight didn't like him knocking the ball away. I like the little guy's ferocity. He won't be pushed around, and that's how you gain respect. And this is something that we're gonna have because this temperament, him and Queens, that's the type of temperament we need. That natural line waves will not make. It's incredibly soft. Trey Murphy's temperament is incredibly soft. Herb Jones was a dog. He's been culled and domesticated. So we've had, that temperament that we've had in terms of the team. I know Sadiq Bey plays with, a toughness under control. But it's good to see that. So not much DC tonight to expect from the Pelicans. Matt overwhelmingly underhanded. All of the big money guys sitting there watching the game, and the young guys had an opportunity out there and get some valuable reps. But it was as expected with this final.
Most definitely, man. And they continue to trend with the floating quarter. You know what I'm saying? At least it wasn't quarters tonight. Jeremiah Fairs, Bryce McGowan's, who else? Somebody else I'm missing, man. They made it, I guess, worth watching a little bit. Sadiq Bey, that's pretty much what you had to look forward to. It sucks that it's individual performances, but the Pels pretty much got down by, I think, as much as 25 or 23 points, and they actually cut it down to about 9 or 11, I believe. So, they kept on fighting. I don't know how happy you won't be about that shit, but it is what it is. But it wasn't the third quarter tonight, as you heard Borrego talked about. They won the third. They won the third by 4 points. They won the fourth by 4 points. They lost the second by a point, and the first quarter they just got blasted. They lost the first quarter by 19 points. Man, they couldn't hit a shot. Nothing was falling. And as you can see, as we go over the team statistics, they did turn it around statistically, but I mean, this game was pretty much over in the first quarter. So let's go over these stats and statistics, and then we'll go ahead and, I guess, burn the tape on this shit, right? Like, this ain't no game you're going to want to hop on. No such thing as moral victories. Tried to acknowledge that one game, and the Pels just keep on doing the same thing. So this was a game we knew they were going to lose, and it is what it is. But the field goal percentage with the Pelicans was 46-91 against the Lakers, 42-87. Field goal percentage numbers, 51 for the Pelicans, 48 for the Lakers. The 3 points missed and taken were 13 out of 26 for the Pels, 15 out of 41 for the Lakers, and that gives you a percentage of 50% for the Pels to 37 for the Lakers, which is pretty phenomenal because at one point in the game, the Lakers were shooting damn near 70% from the three-point line. Free throws, come on, man. This Hollywood Showtime. You already know the Lakers was going to get that. They took 39 free throws. They made 34 of them, too. We took 20 and made 16. Free throw percentage for us was 80. The free throw percentage for the Lakers was 87%. So they believe the mantra that free throws are free, as they should be. Rebound advantage goes to the Lakers, 46 to our 40. The offensive rebounds was 8 for the Pels to 11 for the Lakers. 32 defensive rebounds for the Pels to 35 for the Lakers. Assists also goes to the Lakers with 26, and we got 23 of them things. We did win the steals battle. We got 6 of those. They had 4. But the Lakers went ahead and mollywopped us with the blocks, man. Yeah, we was throwing some weak stuff up there, too. They got 10 blocks on the night. We only got 1. Total turnovers was 9 for the Lakers to 8 for the Pels. Points conceded off of turnovers was 13 for us, 11 for them. Fast break points advantage goes to the Pels at 25. Lakers 17. Points in the paint was 62 points in the paint for the Pelicans to 46 points in the paint for the Lakers, 27 fouls for the Pels to only 14 for the Lakers. One technical foul each, going to both teams. Largest lead, I'm sorry, I said 24. It was 26 points by the Lakers. And as we go into these individual stats and statistics, I guess this is the only thing where you can draw some positives out of this ass whooping. Derek Queen, although did have a pretty rocky night tonight, he was 4 of 12 with 15 points in 28 minutes, 7 for 8 from free throw line, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 turnover, 1 steal, 2 offensive rebounds, 5 defensive, and he netted a negative 22 on the night to match his jersey number. Yves Missi played 24 minutes. He scored a grand total of 2 points. He was 1 for 5 from the field. He had 6 rebounds, 2 offensive rebounds, 4 defensive, 1 assist, and 2 turnovers on the night for a net plus or minus of -1. Sadiq Bey gets a double-double again. I don't know if his streak was broken last game, but I know he had like 3 straight double-doubles. I don't remember if it was broken or not last game, but he got one tonight. 33 minutes, 22 points, 9 of 13 from the field, 3 for 4 from the three-point line for Sadiq. Probably should have took some more, bro. 1 for 2 from the free throw line, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 turnover, 1 steal, 2 offensive rebounds, 9 defensive, and a -6 plus or minus for Sadiq Bey. Bryce McGowan's new to the starting lineup, played pretty solid last game, and he hit a career high tonight in 33 minutes. He had 23 points, 9 for 18 on the night. That's 50%, people. 3 for 5 from the three-point line, 2 for 4 from the free throw line. Damn, you hit 3 three-pointers, but you only hit 2 free throws. Got to fix that, Bryce. 7 rebounds, 5 assists, no turnovers, no steals, no blocks. But plus or minus of -15. All his rebounds were defensive. Pretty solid game from Bryce. Jeremiah Fears, who absolutely fears no one. That includes you, Luka. 27 minutes on the night. He scored 21 points in those minutes, 7 for 14, 50% on the night for him, 1 for 3 from three-point line. Hit all his free throws with 6 of them. 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 turnover, 1 steal. All his rebounds were defensive. A -4 plus or minus on the night. So guess we got a grade on the curve. So he's tied second best. Well, actually third best plus or minus on the team. Everybody was a negative, obviously. Kevon Looney actually logged some minutes tonight. He played 15 minutes, 6 points, 3 for 3 from the field, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 2 offensive rebounds, 1 defensive, -4 on the night for Kevon Looney. Jose Alvarado logged 28 minutes tonight, scored 12 points, 5 for 12 from the field, 2 for 8 from three-point land for Jose. No rebounds for Jose, 2 assists, no turnovers, but also no steals, no blocks. And that gives him a grand total of -5 on the night, plus or minus. Peavy played 30 minutes tonight. He gave you 13 points. He was 5 for 10 from the field, but he was 3 for 5 from the three-point line. So good to see him hitting some threes. 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 turnovers, 2 steals for Peavy. All his rebounds were defensive, and he was a -1 plus or minus on the night. And you had Trey Alexander recently coming back up from Birmingham Squadron, a two-way guy. He played 21 minutes tonight. 7 points, 3 for 4 on the night for him, 1 for 1 from three-point line, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 turnover, 1 block. All his rebounds were defensive, and he was a -2 plus or minus on the night. And now we can go over some of these stats and statistics from the winners of tonight and see how we got our ass kicked. Rui Hachimura logged 34 minutes on the night, 14 points, 6 for 14, 2 for 8 from the three-point line, 2 rebounds, 1 offensive rebound, 1 defensive, -3 on the night for him, plus or minus. DeAndre Ayton, who actually looks like the guy from the Phoenix Suns now, He logged 27 minutes, had 22 points, 7 for 9 from the field, 8 for 8 from the free throw line for DeAndre. 12 rebounds, 1 assist, 4 blocks, 3 offensive rebounds, and the other rebounds were defensive. It was 9 of those. Plus 14 on the night, plus or minus. You had Gabe Vincent, who logged 25 minutes, gave you 6 points, 2 for 5 from the field, 2 for 4 from the three-point line, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal. He had an offensive rebound and a defensive, plus 15 on the night for Gabe Vincent. Then you have Luka Doncic, who logged 35 minutes and damn near scored a point a minute. 34 points on the night, 9 for 22 from the field, 4 for 12 from the three-point line, 12 for 14 from the free throw line, 12 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 turnovers, 1 steal, 1 block, 2 offensive rebounds, 10 defensive rebounds, plus 8 on the night for Luka. Austin Reeves also logged the most minutes on the team at 40, and he also scored damn near 34 points. He had 33 on 15 shots. He made 9 of those. 4 for 7 from the three-point line, 11 for 12 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 8 assists, 5 turnovers, 1 steal, 1 block, -2 plus or minus on the night. Luka and Austin absolutely killed us. And we'll just go over the other 2 people on the bench who actually did some damage. Jake LaVera logged 26 minutes on the night, 10 points, 4 for 14 from the field, 2 for 7 from three-point line, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 turnover, a block, 2 offensive rebounds, 3 defensive, plus 4 on the night for him. And then you also had Jackson Hayes, our old wild child. I forgot what Big Q's calling a paratrooper, right? Jumped at every shot. Well, he was 4 for 4 on the night. He had 8 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks, 2 offensive rebounds, 4 defensive, and a -2 plus or minus on the night from Jax. So Big Q, feel free to give any insights from these stats and statistics that you like to talk about, my man.
Not much to talk about, man. Did a real stellar job in the minutes he was given. I knew that I was looking at him previous games that he had a lot of games. It's really good to see him in minutes. Queen continues to develop. We had kind of a tough night. We were benefited by the whistle like we wanted to. The Lakers had the referees, going along with them. You couldn't step with that Laker home.
All right. Your phone cutting in and out, my brother. It's kind of hard to hear you doing the robot thing. Are you there?
Right. So how this not? Do you hear me?
You're still cutting in and out. Yeah, Big Q gonna get back with us, family. But as you can see, Luka basically had it going. I think he scored maybe about 15, 16 points in the first quarter, man. It might have been 20. Pretty much damn near whatever the lead was, Luka was responsible for it. And they just couldn't recover, man. We played with none of our guys tonight. You know what I'm saying? Basically, the majority of our starting lineup is pretty much out. You got Herb, who's supposed to be starting. Trey's supposed to be starting. Zion's supposed to be starting. All gone. Zion looked perfectly healthy the night before. They held him out for a precaution. Don't know what's going on with Trey. And also Jordan Poole, who should also probably be in the starting lineup, depending on what James Borrego wants to do. So the Pels were severely undermanned tonight, but still no excuse to be getting mollywopped the way we were getting handled. But, Austin Reeves, Luka scoring damn near 70 points on their own. I mean, what you going to do, man? They still got a lot of things to figure out with this team. You see some bright spots, but for every bright spot you see, you see some dirty ass spots, all over the the roster and the situation with the Pelicans, man. This isn't a game that's gonna make us feel any better about this team, but we still got to come back Tuesday and Thursday to deal with Minnesota, who could be possibly some medicine for us, but Minnesota ain't playing like how we playing, so ain't no telling. And you do have the mythological December Zion, that tends to show up from time to time. I know a lot of people on my timeline. I'm looking at there. Everybody's comparing skinny Zion to fat Zion. Now this has become a thing. People say fat Zion was better than skinny Zion. I don't know what to make of it, but you can tell Zion obviously isn't quite himself, as he probably would say. But there's still time, I guess, in the season for him to build up his trade value or just his reputation as a player, because things haven't looked very well with him out on the court, especially with these rookies, man. It's just a lot going on. And there's multiple lineups, as you saw in the game today. They posted a statistic that I wasn't aware of, but we've had, I think, 12 different lineups that we've started games with, which is crazy when you think about it, because what are we, I think 13 and 17? With 13, not 13 and 17, I'm sorry, 3 and 18. So out of 21 games, we've had 12 different lineups. That's crazy. And the teams that were behind us were all the other sucky ass teams in the league. The Pacers were up there, I think, with 11, and if I'm not sure, I think it was the Kings also were up there with like 11. So, losing teams, different lineups seems to be a theme, right? And we got guys we're paying. Let me see if I can find this. My man Guillory put out some news today. Just looking at it, we already know all our guys making a bunch of money basically ain't playing. But you got get this tab right here. You got Zion at 39 million, Jordan Poole at 31, DeJounte Murray at 30, Trey at 25, Herb at 13. So pretty much everybody, our top 5 salary players are not playing. And if you count all this money up, man, this is crazy. You looking at damn near the whole salary cap. It's about $150 million right there.
You ain't lying, bro.
It ain't here. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy to think about, man. It's like, goddamn. And then we forgot our man down here, Jordan Hawkins. That's another $4 million you can add to that ain't playing.
That's a joke. It's a joke. That's the whole talk about. A lot of people been talking about
injuries, man. You got it, brother. Go ahead.
I said that's a joke, DC. You running out of numbers. We often talk about that here. The numbers of the guys, the 39 million for Zion, and if you're Joe Dumars, you're stepping into this thing. You just got hit all season. You're trying to figure out what's going wrong with this team. And the Pelicans don't have a culture. You got a guy you're paying $39 million. He's not a real. He don't have no ego. It's a guy with no ego here. I mean, you're making all this money, and he doesn't force himself into the discussion in terms of, I'm the option. Y'all need to play through me. If this is my team, act like it. It's no ego there. It's just these guys are just soft. They just fold over and they go sit down. They don't fight. It's just however they live is how they play on this court. That's the whole thing. And I ain't trying to, no pun intended, Zion need to throw his weight around here. But he's not going to do that, because this ain't what type of dude this is. This ain't the kind of guy that's kind of self-motivated. It took a lot of public thrashing for him to get some stuff right. And for the Pelicans, if I'm looking at the Pelicans, and like I said, Joe Dumars is going to figure this out eventually if he keeps his eyes open, or he just need to listen to people that know the team. The Pelicans still haven't fixed their health staff. That's still an issue. All your top money is still laying up there hurt. We still having issues with this health staff. We still haven't addressed the health staff issue. Outside of dealing with the health shift and dumb ownership that won't stay out of the way of the team, You know, we have a lot of issues here. So them going and being about them, and the crazy part, even if you had some of these guys, 3 or 4 of these top guys, there's no guarantee that you be winning these games because they still got to learn to play together. They still got to learn to play together. And how will Borrego handle that with all these egos? Because Jordan Poole got an ego. Zion might not have one, but I know Jordan Poole has one. I know he has an ego. He was upset about being benched. Didn't like it from Willie Green. How does Borrego deal with that? So, you know, just because you have these guys, you still got to learn how to get them to play together. So, you know, we'll see how it goes. But DC, go ahead, bro. You got it.
Yeah, man. You know, a lot of times the coach we had, everybody doesn't get coached the same. And it was almost like whatever they actually needed coaching wise, he would do the opposite. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how Borrego would attack that. But a guy like Jordan Poole, especially on the team that's 3-18, and you making $37 million, man, how do you ask him to come off the bench? You know, I don't think that's something you could do without a lot of pushback. You know, so maybe that's the thing why he's taking his time coming back from injury. Maybe that was a conversation.
DC, let me ask you this, DC, because that's interesting. That's a good question, right? How do you ask Jordan Poole, who making $30 million a year, got a championship ring, to come off the bench for your rookie when you here to win?
No. He don't have to come off the bench for your rookie. I'm looking at Herb Jones right here making $13 million. And
okay, hold on.
How you ask him to come off the bench for Herb Jones?
And you let Herb. No. You act how you get. This is the thing. If that's the case, how you ask Jordan that, how you ask Sadiq not to stay there with Herb Jones. He out playing Herb Jones all over the place. And he making almost and $13 million Herb making, Sadiq making $8 million and out playing Herb Jones. He's more durable than Herb. He's a better offensive player than Herb.
Rebounder right now.
Exactly. The man is out playing Herb Jones in every way. He's a better defender. He's a better offensive player. He fits better with your people.
You think he's a better defender, bro?
I think overall, he's a better player than Herb Jones. However, you won't put that together.
No doubt.
Okay, so a complete player, IQ, everything. He's better than NBA body ready, whatever you want to call it. The man is better than Herb Jones. He's making $8 million a year, and he outplaying Herb. But when Herb get back, they're gonna move Sadiq to the bench. So it's just. You know, you wouldn't question that with him. Well, Herb making $13 million. He got to play, right? Well, isn't that the same for Jordan Poole? How do you make the argument for one and not the other?
Yeah. I mean, I definitely could see where you're coming from. And ain't no rhyme, reason, or logic you could draw up out of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to put him in the starting lineup, man. But Sadiq, I see that one too. But I could see him leaning towards the money, you know. And are we gonna keep Sadiq Bey? Like, I'm looking at him. Man,
I hope so, bro.
This dude balling out. I would love him to have him on his team. But you got him here at $6 million, right? And
is it 6 or 8?
$6 million.
Oh my goodness.
Let me see. Is he right here on the list? Yeah, see, 6.
Oh my goodness.
100,000, 18, and $644. So
wow,
$6 million, man.
Wow.
So he getting paid less than our rookie. He getting paid less than Fears, man.
That's crazy.
So that is crazy. That is crazy. So how are you going to justify, I guess, the money we're paying him over Herb, and you gave Herb this contract? And if we are going to keep Sadiq Bey, right, I think this is very interesting because Sadiq Bey could very well be a Herb Jones insurance policy, right? Maybe
Herb can't stay healthy, though, DC.
Right. He ain't getting no bigger. I wonder if he got parasites or something, man. Or what you call that shit? Like a tapeworm when people can't gain weight?
Well, him and Jordan Hawkins might be eating at the same restaurant then.
Hey, man, I don't know what it is. Probably the Pels facility. I could see them doing some dumb shit like that, having parasites and shit running around up and down. But the man can't gain no weight. you know, and you got him down there trying to guard power forwards and centers and shit sometimes. Got Herb Jones everywhere all over the place. It's just a sad situation. And a lot of guys that we move up out of here, man, we already know the story. They're gonna go somewhere else, and they're gonna look like they value.
They are.
We mismanage situations. We don't play players to their advantage. We don't help develop them the way we should. Nutrition and conditioning staff is just putrid. Got to be the worst in the league. You know, even Memphis did pretty bad. What that was last year, right? And they're going through some stuff right now, but they still is like leaps and bounds ahead of us. So
You can't beat them.
right, man. It's just disheartening. But getting back to the topic at hand, Sadiq Bey, man, definitely would love us to keep him. But if they already initially had for sure plans on keeping him, wouldn't we have extended his contract, you know, after trading for him? Or maybe Sadiq says, look, I won't bet on myself. I'm going to go out here and play, and y'all going to pay me what I'm worth. One or the other. Or he want to get traded, and he came here, and it's just a stopgap for him, and he auditioning for other teams, man. But I think he plays excellent with Zion if you're going to keep him. Or with your rookies, too. I think he's a plug-and-play guy with pretty much anybody, which I know if we are going to keep Herb, right, I don't think we can keep Herb and Sadiq unless we trade in Zion or trade. I don't think you keep all of these guys. But you still got, I'm forgetting about Jordan Poole, so and his contract is up, I believe, as well. So he's another guy.
I think that's
got one
next
more
year.
year?
I want to say he does.
Okay.
Might
Well, he
check
may
on
have
that,
one more
but-
year, so you know. But somebody moving other than DeJounte, I think, as well, because you got too many holes on the roster that you're gonna have to fill. DeJounte is not gonna fix that with just trading him to plug another hole. We need some more vets on this team if we plan on trying to win. Or are we gonna tear it down and let the young guys take over? So it's still a lot to be determined with the Pelicans, man. Not sure which direction the front office is going to go in, but I know the direction that we would like to go in here. Everybody talks about handing the keys to the young guys, and I think you can do a combination of both, of hand the keys to them and still kind of let this season play out, man, and actually try and win games. But how you go about that, you have to be determined. Zion moving on, I think it's probably going to be a thing unless he just has some amazing turnaround and plays at an MVP caliber level for at least half the season. Then you would seriously have to at least hold on to him a little longer for his value to go up, or consider continuing this with him. But these next 20 or so games, man, till we hit the All-Star break, is really gonna show you, once the trade deadline is over with, the direction that the Pels are gonna choose to go in. So we still got a lot going on, man. This definitely is looking like, well, I ain't looking like it is. This definitely is a lost season. At this point, it's pretty much over with, no matter what happens. Even if they make it to the playoffs by the grace of God, it's still a sunken season because nothing's going to come out of that. It's too disjointed. Guys still don't know how to play together. We can't keep people healthy. Shit, we don't even have an identity. But
yeah,
that ain't gonna change, and we can be back here Tuesday to talk about it some more. But let's talk about the Minnesota Timberwolves, who will be playing on Tuesday, who's 12-8, and they're 5-5 on the road. You got the Pels week 3-8, and we 2-9 at home. The matchup indicator is indicating to us that we're gonna get our ass kicked again. 76% in favor of the Timberwolves, 23.9% in favor of the Pels. You got the leading scorer of the Timberwolves. We all know him, man. Ant-Man. And there was coming in at 28.7 points a game on 47% from the field and 82% from the free throw line. And for some odd reason, they got Trey Murphy up here as our leading scorer, even though Zion has like 21 points a game. I guess ESPN mad at him. But Trey at 46%, he's 92% from the free throw line. Leading rebounders is Rudy Gobert. And our leading rebounder is Trey Murphy. I find that interesting. I would think Sadiq Bey probably averages more rebounds, but maybe I'm wrong. Our assist leader is none other than Derek Queen at 3.4 assists per game. It's got to be like the worst in the league, right? But you got Julius Randle. It's another curveball for the Minnesota Timberwolves at their assist leader with 5.7 assists per game. Definitely didn't have that on my bingo card. The injuries have piled up for the Pels. As you can see, everybody sorry about that. Everybody is predicted to return on December 2nd. Okay. Didn't ask for that shit, but everybody's scheduled to return on December 2nd for the Pels, including Carlo. Okay, we got it. Not looking to buy anything. Including Carlo, Makovich, Jordan Poole, Zion, Jordan Hawkins, which I still don't know why Jordan Hawkins is out. I don't know what's going on with him. Trey Murphy, they all have him returning against the Timberwolves. If that is indeed the case, knowing our history playing the Timberwolves, is it possible that the Pelicans actually win a game in the Smoothie King Center? I think it's something that can happen, family. But as you know, we ain't getting our hopes up because we know we've seen this story before. And I can guarantee you all these guys are not returning. Matter of fact, I don't know who really is going to return, to be for real. But the team stats, you got Minnesota, they score 118 points a game, and they give up 114 points a game. They shoot 48% from the field, average 43.8 rebounds, 25.9 assists, 5.2 blocks, 8.8 steals per game. And they are currently on a 2-game win streak. They're 6-4 in their last 10. And then you have us looking like we trying to be the Minnesota Timberwolves, a way lesser version. 110 points a game. You know, we give up 122 a game. So that means we lose by over 10 points the majority of the time. Averaging 45% from the field, 42.8 rebounds per game for the Pels, 23.3 assists per game, 3.6 blocks, 9.4 steals, which is actually pretty good, you know. But we're currently on a 3-game losing streak, and we're 1 for 9 in our last 10 games. So, Big Q, what you say gonna happen when we face up against the Timberwolves on Tuesday?
Well, I mean, it'd probably be another loss. Zion should be playing in this game. You know, we'll see Zion on Tuesday. Not sure about Herb. Not Herb. Excuse me. Not sure about
Actually, they
Trey.
don't even have Herb up here on the injury report, man.
He's supposed to be coming back December the 2nd. So that's the last release. So I don't know about Jordan Poole. I don't know about Trey Murphy. But I know Zion Williamson out of those guys should play. Jordan Hawkins was out because of illness. That was the list on him. DC was listed as ill. Prior to that, I think it was family related, but he was out. So it's
maybe he had a death in the family or something, man.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
God bless that brother, whatever he's dealing with, man. But that don't sound good. You know, he's out for family related, and now he's sick. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what it listed as illness, whatever that is. So yeah, I'm only person I'm sure that we'll play Tuesday is Zion. I don't know about Trey. We'll get more on it Monday about what Trey is. I'm going to say he will play.
They phantom injuries all the time, bro. They could throw us a curveball.
Well, the only reason why I'm saying he plays Tuesday is because the only reason he didn't play tonight is because of the restriction. They have him on the back-to-back restriction.
Right.
And that's he talked about. That's the only reason why he didn't play tonight. And I don't know about what's going on with Trey Murphy. I don't know any updates on her. Carlo McAfee keeps getting pushed back. Jordan Poole keeps getting pushed back, even though he was clear to practice. And I don't know what's going on with that. And then, of course, if you can get them on the court at the same time, is to get these guys to play together. Borrego still hasn't set the identity. He got them playing a little bit, a lot more in spurts, having them playing together, having them fight, but it's still not enough. You got to get these guys to play full games. And it's to talk about we not practicing and all this kind of stuff. I disagree with all that. You got to, whatever you have, you got to use it. Whatever you have, you got to use it to win. Whatever you got, and it's unfortunate, but yeah, I don't think they beat the Timberwolves. Pelicans in dire straits right now, man, and that's the God honest truth. And I think when the new year changes right before that deadline, I think it's going to come a time where you're going to see a lot of these. Some of these guys are not going to be here anymore. I see Joe Dumars sit back doing the knowledge, man. The Pelican team is just not what we thought they were. And just outside of the team period, Joe Dumars got to get smarter on what to do about the sales staff. We've been talking about the sales staff for the longest. You got to do a full team audit, man. When you step in the door, you got to do a full team audit. Willie Green was an issue. He's gone, but his coaches are still here. And even though I got respect to James Borrego, he still got too much excuse making. You know what's going on there? It's too much excuse making with James Borrego. Nice to talk about the roster and the injuries to the roster. Man, y'all not going. We're not going to let them hash this thing that they did several years ago when the whole damn thing, the team banged up, and they keep signing deals for auction of sports medals. They got their damn name outside the building and send up here the players, all the expensive players hurt. Or they don't want to play Zion Williamson. My thing is, if this Zion Williamson could very well be traded this year, this is the closest reality the Pelicans had to trade him this offseason when he got that woman trouble. Word on the street was they were about to wash their hands with him. Mm-hmm. This time around, I think it actually happens, and it's also going to be just predicated on what can he do. And for what I'm seeing with Zion Williamson, my goodness, man, the dude, you gotta allow the man to play on these back-to-backs, bro. You gotta let the man play. You gotta let him go out there and see what he can do. Anything else is ridiculous. I mean, missing time like this, and then of course there was no sense of urgency with the Pelicans. They talking about you be patient. They got 3 wins and telling you to be patient. Like they got all the time in the world. Oh, we got this. We're gonna come back and do this, that, the third, and that kind of loser speak and that nonsense of urgency is what I don't want. I want a coach that feels the pressure, that feels the fact that, hey, man, we got to show up here. If you guys don't want to play, I'm going to take your ass up out of here. We can't have this sort of thing. I don't need nobody always want to be cool with the players. Now, what the hell with that? If the players ain't doing what they're supposed to do, they're not executing properly, they need to be gotten out of here. Because we've been putting up with this far too long. The health staff is a mess, and it's showing with these players being hurt. This man, Trey Murphy, a mysterious sore elbow that at first it was nothing. Now it turned into this man sitting up there missing games. We need all these guys to get out there and help keep the team in whatever's going on. And like I said, there's no picks there unless the Pelicans trade some of these people for picks. And I think some of these players are not going to be here. You can't be a player that's as spunky as a DeJounte Murray and just sit there and watch the bullshit that you see the Pelicans joking with each other and the team getting blown out. They got 3 wins and all this kind of stuff. All of them should be in the gym at the same time, fight. But we don't have dogs here. It's a bunch of, well, I'm saying our young guys are ferocious. They're competitive. But the rest of these guys, man, they got this bullshit with them that is still stuck on them from Willie Green and David Griffin. We're trying to change the culture here, man. And we need to make this happen, man. We need to change the culture here. So I think Zion returns DC, but I don't know about the rest of those guys, man, if they're gonna get back to help us.
Well, as you can see, I don't know how patient we can be looking at these standings. The Pels are dead last in the West, and pretty much would be tied for second last in the East with the Brooklyn Nets. So I don't know how much patience you're supposed to have with that. Although I will say the West, uh, the top 6 teams looks like what you would expect out of the West, but that bracket from 7 to 10 isn't as competitive as I guess we're used to. Although 2 teams are still above 500. But appreciate the shout out, my man. Jose Bless 5152. He said this show is more entertaining than the Pelicans. And thank you to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to my man LeVar Brown, Slim Salt. Let's see who else we got up in this thing, man. Oh, what's up, cuz? Hoffa up in the building as usual. JB 5.7 Hemi, up in this thing, man. You got Paul up in here. Paul 556. I'm gonna leave it at that. My man TPTALOA Wildlife Fishing Paddling. You got a lot going on with your name, bro. But appreciate you up in this thing, man. My man Donnie up in here. Donnie Barrington Sports Highlights up in the building. And I think I'm missing somebody. See somebody else up in here. Shout out my man Jose. Who else up in the chat? 504 Fresh. Yeah, he up in the building, man. So and Jedi Connor. Appreciate all y'all being in here, man. We truly do, because a night like this is a 3-win team, 3-18 team. For y'all to come up in here, participate in the show, man. Help to keep our spirits up, because shit, all this damn losing can get depressing. What's up, Jessica? Jessica up in the building. Jess Styles. All right, I like that new name. But yeah, man, appreciate all y'all showing up, man. Y'all give us the energy and the power to continue to do what we do and give y'all this amazing content, because the Pale Show ain't making it easy at all. This has been a disaster of a season. We knew we had some challenges and some roadblocks that we would face. But if you ask me, shit, y'all already know, because we have asked each other. And nobody, even Lex, and she was down and Willie, didn't expect them to be 3-18. This is crazy. He said, "Oh, appreciate you, man." He said, "What's up, cuz? All love, guys. Been watching y'all for years. Appreciate that, brother." But we're gonna be back here Tuesday to do it all over again. I think we're gonna have a better outcome than this Lakers game. Obviously, the Pels, they pretty much decided that they were not going to win this game. And maybe are they banking on December Zion? You think that's the thing, Big Q? Because Zion usually turn it up in December, man. And it's like everybody coming back December 2nd. What is this? It's the second season for the Pels? Or have we just given up?
No, I know that this game right here. I don't know what it is what the Pelicans are doing. To be honest with you, DC, I would only hope. I really don't want to use that word here with the Pelicans. I would rather know than to hope. But Zion Williamson coming back. I mean, we got all these guys. Can we at least get half these guys back? I mean, let's get Poole back. Let's get Herb. Let's get Zion. Let's get Trey. Let's get these guys back, because to make a run, we're gonna need a full bevy of heavy hitters to handle business. We're gonna need Borrego to get this established, to learn how to play through Zion Williamson, and to get to see what happens. Like you said, this will be a December to remember for the Pelicans, to be honest with you, because it'll tell going into January where we are. If the Pelicans can put together something in December, maybe we can get a little streak or something going. If they can put something together like that, that'll be positive. But like I said, man, it's a tough stretch of games. We got to battle with these teams. And we need all our heavy hitters, and a great deal of our heavy hitters to do it. So I would consider to really want that to happen. I would rather see Zion and Trey and Herb and Jordan Poole back, those guys, Jordan Hawkins and all those guys back, because we need the production that those guys. That's all. That's our top scorers. That's our top scoring guys: Zion, Trey, Jordan Poole. These are some of our top scoring guys, and we're going to need these guys if we're going to make a run. So we'll see, bro. We'll see how it goes. It's going to be interesting.
Well, normally I try to be optimistic. I'm fresh out of hopium. Stop selling that shit. But I will say this. If the Pels actually get at least half these guys back on the injury list that they predicted to have back on a second, and we just go ahead and pencil in Zion as one of those guys, I don't think it's that hard to fathom that they can actually beat the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Pelicans, for a while, almost similar to what happened with the Memphis Grizzlies with us. We just seem to have the Timberwolves number. At the bare minimum, I think we at least split with the Timberwolves. It'd be a tall order to try to beat them twice in a row. But it's something about playing the Timberwolves that actually activates Zion. Their roster hasn't changed all of that much other than the addition of Julius Randle. I don't think that's enough. For whatever reason, Gobert and Naz Reid aren't able to get a handle on Zion. If I'm not mistaken, I think he actually had his career high against the Timberwolves. I remember what was the little point guard, man? He was in the interview talking about kind of taking shots but trying to give Zion credit at the same time. He played for Dallas now, man. Came from the Lakers. I can't remember that little guy's name. But Zion had his career high on the Timberwolves and actually won that game where he went just ballistic at the end of the game to make sure we won. So maybe this is a game where he can get back on track and remember who the hell he is and supposed to be. Because Zion has not played like what you would expect Zion to play going into a year where you moved off of Brandon Ingram and this is supposedly supposed to be his team, right? Coaching strategies aside, because we could talk about that. Willie Green not setting him up to succeed. Same with James Borrego. But, man, it's year 7. It's year 7, and Zion should be able to take the rings and just take it over. You're that dominant, so nobody's stopping him but him, regardless of whatever the strategy is. So not putting all my eggs in that basket, but if I did have to bet on it for whatever reason, I would think this Minnesota game, or at least the second one, you will see Zion probably come away with a 30-point performance, maybe get his field goal percentage up, and things not look so difficult for him. But it is yet to be determined if that will turn into a victory. Any last thoughts, Big Q, before we go ahead and get up out of here tonight?
Bro, I hope, like you said, man, Zion does get his game on against the T-Wolves. We're going to need that, man, for December. Maybe this is something that the Pelicans are looking to kind of turn the page on November to not remember, maybe for December to remember. As the holiday season, we get into December with the Christmas and all that. Maybe they're trying to turn the page and set something up that's for December going into the new year. I mean, this, we'll see, because the injury list has a lot of these guys supposedly coming back this week. So, like I said, Jordan Poole was clear, DC, to practice. We covered that. Reason I don't know why he's not. Trey has that elbow issue. The word on the street, they're saying it wasn't nothing, known as bad or whatever. So, to get these guys to get 60 points back in December is big for this Pelican team. Zion, Trey, Jordan Poole to get 60-something odd points back would be really big for us, man, in December. So let's look at it and say these people turn the page and be about the business of getting back to playing good basketball and have a sense of urgency and finish strong in 2025 and get ready for 2026. That's about all we can ask for here from the support base. That's all I got, bro.
Okay, well, before I let you go, man, the family want to know. You know, a few people asking you some questions, bro. My man Jedi Connor says, "Big Q, you driving? You sound like you're taking a late night shift.
Yeah.
Overtime."
Shout out to you, Jedi Connor and the fam, man. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, I'm on the move, man. Taking care of some business, man. You know, it's just how I roll. But yeah, just being productive, man. Getting lined up for a productive week starting up. So that's pretty much what it is, my friend. That's what DC's hosting. But you know, it's all good, man. You know, much love. Appreciate the ask, bro, and you know, much love.
All right, family, and with that, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. You know, it's been a tough 2 days, and we got to turn around and do it again on Tuesday. Moving forward, it's a new month. Maybe we see a new Pelicans. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it just be the same shit. But you will find out on Tuesday. And with that, appreciate all y'all showing up tonight, being up in here. And I'm going to say, go Pels, Ma. Peace.
You're listening to the Pelicans postgame report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that. Birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. Ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's up, then don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumping where the dame late, punch a train. Post game, Big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the refs just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostep. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever, Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly die, I'm a Pelican forever.